Wesley here. So welcome to yet another Shule Yetu School Management System tutorial. So today I want us to see how to generate analysis and report forms at the end of the term. So now the first thing we need to check is let's see the exams that have been done. So you can see the school did 2 exams, that is the opener and the end of term exams, and the scores have already been entered. Now let's do generate results. Now again, remember, if you don't see this the first time you come here, you have to select the academic year, you have to select the term. So let's do the results. So first to do that, I need to be on the exam menu. Let's scroll down. You can see the results here. So I'll click on results, and right now you can see here we need to do here we need to do term. You can see one result published there. That is for the opener. Now we need to generate a combined result for the opener and the end of term. Alternatively, you can also generate for the end of term, then you do the combined, there is no issue, or you can skip both of these and do the opener, you do the end of term combining the opener. Now what I need to do is I need to click on new results here, and the title here, I'll say of term results 2026. Well, I don't need to put the 2026 because again, the system will filter out depending on the year. So let's do it term 2. The grading system here. Remember, I said the system supports. It is dynamic. You can put whatever grading system you want to use. Now there is the 844 and there is the CBC or the CBE. Now the results that we have here are for CBC. So I'll select the grading system as CBC. Then I'll select the exams that I need. Now okay, it will not, first of all, I need to pick the term here, term 2, 2026. Then now it will allow me to select the exam, that is the opener, and the end of term. I need those two exams combined there. Then on the report, there are things that I need to show. So ranking, now CBC does not support these, so that off. Then the opening date. Now this is for next term. Let's say the next term is starting on August. Uh, let's talk of August 17. The closing date, this is the closing date for this term. Let's say we are closing on 24th of July, 24th, just like that. Then I'm free to create this. Then there's this here, show points. So if you want to show the points, you can leave this on. If you don't want to show the points, you can turn it off. So CBC supports points, so you can leave this on. The only thing it doesn't support is the ranking, so we turn that off. And click on create that. And last exam is created as simple as that. You can see there. Now, if I, not exam, that results. So if I come to results, you should be able to see that particular. You can see it's here. But now is pending. So we need to publish this so that it is usable. Click on this button here. Publish results and confirm. Yep, I'm happy with that. Do that. So it will start publishing the results, and once it's complete, we'll get a notification here tell us that the processing is done. Now, so as I was saying, you can do various exams. You can break down the exams. So if it was 844, you can do the open IV, the senior 4, or the form 4, you did a mock, you can do the result for mock and all that. So the system is dynamic and you can do all that. It won't limit you. So let's give it a second to do publishing of the results. Then we continue. Now you can see we have a notification here, and the results are published. So if I click on this, you can see the notification here, so telling us that our end of term has been published. Now I don't need that anymore. I can create. Now here you can see various options. View will just allow you to view this particular assessment or whatever is the results that are the assessments that are used within the results itself. So we don't need that. If you want to make any changes, you can edit. And in case teachers do some changes on the marks, so you can always republish that. Remember, you have to republish for it to get the updated. So that's why we have that. What we're interested on right now is the view report. So if I click here, you have by class, you have by student, you have by we have class level analysis. Now by class, let me do that. So if I click on this, it should allow me to generate the report forms for particular class. So on the particular to 2026, and I'll click on submit. Now here we are. You can see I get the results, or I get the what is it? Yeah, you get the results for this particular report for this particular student. You can see grade here, exceeding expectation 2, the means they got, the marks, and the points. Again, now this will vary depending on the number of subjects. You can see the gender for that particular student. You can see here, and their passport will appear there. And you can see the breakdown here of whatever they did. The open exam, it was out of 20. The end-term exam, it's for that, and it was out of again that particular. And this is the total of whatever they got, which is equivalent to this percent, and which is a grade of EE, exceeding expectation 1 with those particular point, and the teacher here. So the remarks, again, as a teacher, you have to do remarks for each particular subject, and they will appear there. So we didn't do that. That's why we are missing that. And as you scroll, so each particular, now as the student moves through the classes, have this particular graph representing or how they are performing in each particular term. Then the attendance here, the system has attendance. I'll talk about that. But you can see term ends on this particular date, and the next term starts on this particular date. If the finance team also did their fee, you can be able to see those particular fee details there. So that is it. So you scroll down, you get the report for all the particular students in that particular class. So that's why it was saying by class level. So that's what you're getting. So for the entire particular class. As you can see, it is a very nice report form. Here it is the how the student performed against the subject. You can see here the student got an 83, and the subject is somewhere below that. Like here, you can see this particular mathematics. The class performance is here, the student performance is here. So this is the trend of how the class performed against how your student performed in that particular subject. So that is it. That is how we generate the report forms. I'll go back. It is the click again view, you can see by student. Now this allows you just generate by one particular student. So I can click on the class here, and you can see it will pull out the list of all the students. So I can search for that particular student, and I'll be able to generate the report form for that particular student alone. So I'll not do that because I'll get the same results as the other one just by, but now it will only show that particular student. The last one is the uh, positive analysis here. Now this allows us to generate, hit on it so that we see, it allows us to generate the analysis for that particular entire class. So I'll click on that and it will ask me for the stream. This is because you can combine several streams. That's why it is giving you the option to select the streams that you want. So in this case, you only have data for one stream. So I'll do that, and I'll do submit. And this is what you get. You can see. So uh, student here, class, gender, and the scores for each particular subject. This is mathematics. There you can see ME1, meeting expectation 1, English 2, exceeding expectation 2, and all that, and all that. You can see the total of whatever they got here into percentage form. That is what they got, and the grade E2, and the particular points. And, that is it. Then down here, tells you the total number of students that you have in that class and the subjects that were done. And once you scroll down, now it does performance overview of the class. So you had this number of candidates. The class mean is this, and the top score or the top student in your class had this. And the overall grade for the performance of your class is EE2. And down here, you can see what you have. EE2, there are 6 of them, and E, yeah, basically a graph breaking the mean or the means how they were distributed, a pie graph. Then on this side, you can see the subjects, how they performed. You can see the first subject was ICT, followed by CRE, environment, and the last subject was English. Then down here, you can get the subject performance summary now. You can see ICT, how many students took that particular subject, how many had the EE1, E2, how many, that way. CRE, that is the mean, 6 students, E1, E2, and all that. So you get a breakdown of all that. So once you're happy with these, have the officials sign and stamp, and those are official analysis documents for the school for that particular term. So basically, that is it, or that is how we generate reports within the system. So if you want this system, just hit us up and we'll share the system. You do a demo, and if you're happy, you move and you are able to use. The last thing is notify parents. Here you can do bulk SMS. You can send bulk. You can send the results via bulk SMS, and you can also send the results via email. This particular button allows you to do that. Otherwise, I'm out, and you need the system again. Just hit us, and we'll be able to give you the system, and you do a demo. Then we talk from there. Otherwise, peace, and I'm out.